poem The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe, and the 7th grade is putting it on for you. So please make sure you're quiet all the way through. Okay, you can begin whenever you're ready.
Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore. While I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. "Only this, and nothing more."
Ah, distinctly I remember, it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember brought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I had sought to borrow, from my books surcease of sorrow, sorrow for the lost Lenore. For the rare and radiant maiden, whom the angels named Lenore, nameless here, forevermore.
And the silken satin of each rustling purple curtain thrilled me, fantastic terrors never felt before. So that now still beat in my heart, I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor entreating entrance upon my chamber door, some late visitor entreating entrance upon my chamber door, that it is nothing more."
Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating, then no longer. "Sir," said I, "or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore. The fact is I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you, ere I opened wide the door." Darkness there, and nothing more.
Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there, wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortals ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word Lenore. This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word Lenore. Merely this, and nothing more.
Back into the chamber turning, all my soul was really burning. Soon again I heard tapping, somewhat louder than before. "Surely," said I, "surely there's something at my window lattice. Let me see then what there is in this mysterious floor." Then the heart be still a moment in this mysterious floor. 'Tis the wind and nothing more.
Open here I flung the shutter, when with many a flirt and flutter, and there stepped the stately raven of the saintly days of yore. Not the least obese and smatey, not a minute stopped or stayed, though his man of order lady first above my chamber door, first upon a bustled palace just above my chamber door, first and sat and nothing more. Then this ebony bird, beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, by the grave and splendid form of the countenance of war, though thy crest be shorn and shaven, though I said art sure no raven, craven, ghastly grim and ancient raven, wandering from the nightly shore, tell me what thy lovely name is on the night's Plutonian shore, quoth the raven, "Nevermore."
Much I marveled this ungainly fowl, to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer, little meaning, little relevancy bore. For we cannot help agreeing, that no living human being ever yet was blessed with seeing bird above his chamber door, bird or beast above the sculptured bust, above his chamber door, with such name as Nevermore.
But the raven, sitting lonely in the placid bust, spoke only that one word, as if his soul in that one word he did outpour. Nothing further than he fluttered, not a feather than he uttered, till I scarcely more than muttered, "Other friends have flown before. On the morrow he will leave me, as my hopes have flown before." Then the bird said, "Nevermore." Startled at the stillness, broken by reply so often spoken, "Doubtless," said I, "what it utters is its own stop and storm, caught from some unhappy master, whom the merciful disaster fall fast and fall faster, till the songs will never be more, till the dirges of his hope that melancholy burn bore, never."
But the raven slowly rose, all my sad soul and smile. She a real deficiency of bird in most of the world. Then upon the velvet sinking, I took myself to looking, fancy and fancy, thinking what this ominous bird is doing. With his grim and gambling, ghastly, gone, and ominous bird of woe, and croaking, nevermore.
This I sat, engaged in guessing, but no syllable expressing, to the fowl whose fiery eyes now burned to my bosom's core. This and more I sat divining, with my head at ease reclining, on the cushion's velvet lining that the lamplight gloated o'er, for whose velvet violet lining with the lamplight gloating o'er, she shall press, ah, nevermore. Then methought the air dancer, perfume from an unseen censer, sung by seraphim whose footfall tinked on the tough floor. "Wretch," I cried, "thy God hath lent thee, by the angels he has sent thee, respite, respite in the penalty for thy memories of Lord. Quaff, oh quaff this kind of penalty, and forget this loss of the Lord."
yet all undaunted, on this desert land enchanted, on this home by her haunted, tell me truly I am born. Is there balm in Gilead? Tell me I am born. Quoth the raven, nevermore.
Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still is greater devils. By that heaven that bends above us, by that God we both adore. Tell the soul with sorrow laden, if within the distant Aden, it shall clasp a sainted maiden, whom the angels name Lenore. Clasp a rare and radiant maiden, whom the angels name Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore.
Be that word a sign of parting, bird or fiend, a sheep excited. Take me back into the tempest in the night morning shade. Leave no black plume as a token of that lie they still have spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken, quite the gospel of my Lord. Take thy beat from out my heart, and take thy charm from off my door. Quoth the raven,
Nevermore.
And the raven, never flitting, still is sitting, on the pallid bust of Pallas just above my chamber door. And his eyes have all the seeming of a demon's that is dreaming, and the lamplight over him streaming throws a shadow on the floor. And my soul from out that shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted, nevermore.